Good morning and welcome to the Vision Alignment Show with Brian Wagner. Thank you very much for joining. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, we had a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend too. We spent a lot of time on Saturday. Well, Saturday morning was our National Speakers Association meeting. So that was from 9 until noon, which was phenomenal. Just getting to be able to spend time with other speakers and learn about what they are going through and how they've been able to adapt to the whole Corona COVID pandemic that we're in the middle of. You know, it's been hard for a lot of people. A lot of people are really struggling, but all that we do with the NSA is to be able to help them, prop them up, and help them to just get out there and do more on their own. So it's not about handouts, but it's about helping them to move forward. So a lot of good information came from our conversation we had on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DE&I, with Shirley Davis, Dr. Shirley Davis. That was a great presentation that she had there on Saturday morning. So that was Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, got to relax a little bit, and then Saturday night, we had some friends come over. Friends from our son's cross-country team. It's just we had a nice night where we had a cookout. So I made some burgers, and then everybody brought a dish, and we sat out by our campfire, a fire pit there for quite a while. It was after midnight. I can't tell you the last time that I was up after midnight. So we went to bed there 12:15 or 12:30, and just had a great evening with friends. So that was good. And then Sunday was church, and then spent some time on Sunday afternoon with my good friend Eric Gowans, and just got to help him a little bit with some of the things he's doing with his paver patio and just some manual hard labor. So that was good to do that. Picked up some firewood while I was there because I need firewood. So the back of my truck right now, the back of my SUV has plenty of firewood in it right now, and we'll work on cleaning it out here later today. But that's what we did this weekend. Tell me a little bit about what you did this weekend. I'd love to hear about it. There's so much that we all need to know about each other. Because this is a community. This group that we have of people that are all over the place, whether it's Chris Gross in Colorado Springs, or if it's Rhonda Benscooter in Signet, Ohio, wherever you are, this group here that has come together on mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, they are all about helping people to be able to understand their blind spots, to understand their vision, to know what makes them unique, and to wink. So if we can wink together, that's going to make a huge difference in everyone's life. So let's talk a little bit about that. Now, I told you a little bit about what I did this weekend. So we have good stuff going on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about, before we go into wink, what we have going on today. And I will tell you that today we have, not today, but today is actually an off day for the School for the Blind. So I'll be working extra hard on getting my speech together and working through some different things in terms of the workshops that I'm working on. That'll be great. Now, so that's today. Today will be a good day to just catch up on some stuff. But then tomorrow we have Patricia Fripp coming on the Vision Alignment Show. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that, because she is going to be bringing a lot of value in terms of what she does and how she's been able to go through her career and make her career exactly what she wanted. Now, I think that's very important for us all to understand that when you pick a career, you pick a life, you do so intentionally. And she did that intentionally as well. And she was aligned with her vision. You're going to find that this conversation tomorrow is very, very good. And I can't tell you happy I am that you're going to be on. Now, then, what is it? Friday, we're going to have a conversation with a gentleman by the name of Josh Pellin. And Josh Pellin was a free climber, and he climbed glaciers and rocks and all this kind of stuff, which I have no desire to ever do. But oh my gosh, this guy has been through a lot, and he actually served his country, Canada, and served his country abroad. Did a lot of different things in order to help other people. And now he's a paraplegic, but he's also helping other people with his speaking career and everything else that is going on in his life. So can't tell you how excited I am about that. There will be a Stroke of Genius on Friday at 11:30. So a lot of good stuff happening. We're working on more not candidates, more attendees, more interviewees, if you will, that are going to be coming on here in the next few weeks. So a lot of good stuff happening. I'm really excited about it, and I can't tell you how glad, again, I am that you are here. So all good stuff. Now, let's talk about Wink. Before we get started, again, let's see who was on. Let's see. Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda. How are you this morning? I'm glad to hear you're on. Oh, taking care of my parents. Oh no, Paul is in the hospital. Oh, just got out. Huh. Wow. Well, prayers and thoughts with you, Rhonda. That's for sure. So let's see, Paul. I'm glad to hear Paul is getting better, and hopefully, she just continues on that way. So, anyway. Thank you for sharing that, Rhonda. And so it's community. All of us together, we're all praying for each other. We're all happy for each other when things are going well, and we're sad when things aren't going well. So continue to think about Rhonda and her family as she's going through some of these tough times. So say hi to them for me and for all of us that are here. Anyway. So let's talk a little bit about Wink and how you can understand what makes you unique if you just wink. Well, the first thing that we need to understand, that we can understand, is that W represents a Y. Why does it matter for us to know what makes us unique? Well, if we can understand what makes us unique, then we're going to be able to do something with it. For me, what makes me unique is not my eye, although I thought it was at one point. I had a lot of people tell me, Brian, what makes you unique is your positive personality. Your positive personality and how you're able to tell your story to have a lasting impact on someone else's life. That's what makes me unique. So what makes you unique? What makes you unique? How can you take your story and be able to help other people? And then the I. So first of all, when you think about what makes you unique, think about what you look at every day. And when you wake up, what do you want to have? What do you want to have in your world? So for me, it's positivity. I want to be positive. Well, what gets in the way of me being positive every day? Well, if I listen to the news first thing in the morning, that gets in the way of me being positive. I want to be able to be one that comes to you every day with a smile on my face and helps you to understand what makes you unique and to be able to understand some of your blind spots and how you can have vision. I can't do that. I can't do that if I'm not positive. So being positive is an important part of my day. Now, so I cut the news out. First thing in the morning, we don't do it. Local news, national news, none of it. Because I knew that news was getting in my way of being positive. So think about what you do. What do you want for your life? How do you want to be seen? And then, so that's the why. And then, What's getting in the way of that? Why is that a problem for you? Can't you just do it? No, you probably can't do it, but you can't do it without help. So if you can do that, if you can eliminate some things in your life that will help you to clear out the clutter, clear out the negative news for me, and clear out other things for you, then you're going to be able to get more towards your goal, more towards what you want to do. And that is really the I. And that's the I is for being intentional. If you can be intentional with what makes you unique, if you can be intentional with setting your goal and sticking to your goal, putting blinders on, if you will. Blinders. Now that's funny. We used to have a pony when I was little, and we had blinders for him. Well, those blinders kept him from seeing outside, kept him from being distracted, kept him looking straight ahead. That's what we all should be doing. We should all be focused on our goal. And then we're going to be able to go forward because we have blinders on. I like it. That's good. I just came up with that. Anyway, so having blinders on will help us to be able to go forward and look at what we're going to be doing. Let's see here. Anyway, so having blinders on is very helpful when it comes to getting to your vision and separating all those things that are getting in your way of reaching your goal, reaching your vision. So that's the I. And the I, think about that is what you want to do. Let's think about this a little more. So is what you want to do you want to be able to eat more healthy? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to, have a more meaningful conversation with your kids or with your spouse? Well, what's preventing you from that? Think about that. What's preventing you from it? And then understand how you can cut that out, how you can put those blinders on and be able to move forward with your achieving your vision. So that's very important as well. Now, I'd like to see if there's anyone on the line right now who would be willing to share what is standing in their way of achieving their vision, of achieving their goals. If you would, please do me a favor and comment online. If you're listening online live, put in a hashtag live. If you're listening on replay, put in a hashtag replay. And then tell me, if you would, what is getting in your way? I'll give you a few minutes to respond to that. And then, also let me know where you're dialing in from. If you're coming in from Colorado Springs, I know my friend Chris Ghost will be coming in from Colorado Springs. If you're coming in from other places, just let me know that as well. So that is what is important right now. So let's see if I have, so for me, I have to be intentional with what makes me unique. I have to be intentional with my positive personality and being able to keep other outside forces from destroying my positive personality, from letting the devil get in. If I can prevent that, that's what I want to do. So is there something that you're doing that you've always done that way? Do you need to have a new perspective, a new way of looking at life, a new way of looking at something? Think about that. Really there's a lot to be gained from doing something different with what you've always done. So for me, I used to sit in an office on the other side of this wall that was about 100 square feet. Well, one day I was walking around, measuring different stuff, measuring different rooms, and wondering where I could put my office because I knew I needed to get out of there. I knew I needed to be able to have more space. And I was walking around, and Connie, my wife, says to me, "Brian, what are you doing?" I said, well, I'm looking to move my space. Maybe I'll come into the living room or something. And she said, wait a minute. Why don't you have the other space, the other half, more than half of the basement? Why don't you just move your office over there? So why don't you move your space from a 100 square foot to about a 300 square foot space? Huh, that's a great idea. I never thought of that. My wife is awesome. So that's what I did. I moved my office space over here. And it's been great because I've been able to expand. I've been able to have a lot more. I've been able to stand up, do my presentations, have conversations with people that I never would have been able to have. And so at that one point, I had my my office turned the other way, and there was a big soffit behind me, so I kept knocking my head on this soffit. But I did a 180. I did a whole 180 with my office, and that soffit went away because now I have a beautiful backdrop, beautiful back wall with a great photo, picture from my wife or from my daughter Jess. And there's just so much that I've learned from going through that process, and Connie has helped me so much to get to where I am. But what it took was a new way of looking at life, a new way of looking at my office, a new way of looking at my job. So if I could do that, I can make one small change and I can make one small improvement. But if I made one small change, I made a huge improvement. This has been great. So hopefully you've seen and noticed the difference in the presentations that I've been doing and these talks, because they're important for us all to understand. You know, if we can make a small change in our lives, if we can make a small change and make a huge improvement, then it's probably something we should consider. So again, for you, I want to help you. If there's something that you need to change, I want to help you to look for it. Because if it's holding you back, it's not what we want. So think about how maybe you sit at the same seat at the table every day, or maybe you brush your teeth every day with a certain hand. Well, what if you use a different hand? What if you sat at a different table or a different seat at the table? What would it matter? Well, it might improve things. It might allow you to see things that you hadn't seen before. Oh, here comes my buddy Wes. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Wink Workbook. Very nice. Thank you, Wes. So if you want a chance to win an autographed copy of my book, sometimes it does take a brain surgeon, just put in your timeline, put in a picture of you winking, and then tag me on it if you would, and then put in a hashtag of Brian with one eye and a hashtag of winking with Wagner or winking without Wagner, whichever. So that's all good. And then you can also sign up for my membership site right there. And that, if you finish that, that's a-radical-vision.com. So by all means, just do that if you would, and continue to be a part of this group. I can't tell you how happy I am that you have all come on here today and been a part of it, because you know what we're doing here is changing lives, and changing lives one step at a time with our Wink. Who would have ever thought? Now, I told you about the N. So the N is really a new way of thinking, a new way of looking at life. But then the K is for kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is the Wink Workbook. If you can take that Wink Workbook and do something with it, then that's where growth happens. That's where life happens. Now, it doesn't mean you're always going to take the perfect action. Sometimes you won't. But if you can keep going, keep taking action, then life is going to change one step at a time. I can't tell you how glad I am you're on here today. I love you so much, and thank you for all you've done so far and will continue to do. So, as always, I appreciate you being on, but more than that, remember, keep one eye on the road. Bye.